So this is going to be weird. I'm going to be gone this weekend. So this specific segment or whatnot is going to come after the San Antonio Spurs game. So, or game versus Timberwolves. I think it's Timberwolves. It's not showing up here. Yeah, I know it's the Timberwolves though. So yeah, this will be uploaded after that. So if Sohan has a terrible game, okay, this won't age well. I'm just kidding. It ages fine. He's awesome. So I just wanted to talk about him really quick because I came across this and I thought this was great. So take a look at this. The three players lineup, Jones, Sohan, and Wembanyama, have a +8 net rating over the season with a top 10 offense and top 2 defense in the league. Top 2 defense in the entire league. Now, I think this is only like 200 and some minutes, so it's not a crazy great sample size in the long scheme of things, but that's pretty doggone good, right? Like, that's kind of ridiculous. That's crazy. It is crazy. I think it just speaks to how good of a defender these three are. But I've said this so many times that Sohan and Wemby, this is a duo. This is going to be a defensive duo. All you need is another defensive wing. The Spurs could legitimately end up having a juggernaut defensively. And yeah, and Trey Jones, you said game changer. Yeah, for sure. Trey Jones is a good defender. You know, he's not a lockdown or anything like that. But if in the future the Spurs chose to keep Trey Jones, have him come off the bench, lead that second unit, he's a fine player to have on your roster, right? He is a fine player to have on your roster. I've even convinced myself at this point, and you guys are going to hate me for this, that, and this isn't saying it's because Trey Jones is like a superstar or nothing like that. Okay, I'm not going to go that far. But looking into this draft, let's just say hypothetically we don't get the Toronto pick this year. It goes over to the next year. Or yes, say the Spurs decide to trade away that Toronto pick or whatnot. And you only have one spot for that lottery. If you only got one spot for that lottery, guys, I might be waiting the next year to get a point guard. And this year, I might just go ahead and go in on Modest Buzelis. I know there's, oh gosh, I'm about to say Ricochet. Is that it? It's not, that's not how you say it. Ricochet? I think it's Ricochet. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, or in the comments with the segment. But there's a lot of like defensive wings that you can get. So I don't know if this would be the year that I would just go all in on a point guard. If you have, okay, Ricochet. Okay, cool. I don't know if this is Reese's Pieces. Got you. Thank you, Sebastian. I just don't know if this is the year that you go all in if you only have that one spot. You know, I personally, people make fun of me for this, but I think you actually don't watch the games. Okay. That's funny. I typed in Cadeau. I didn't realize that meant gift in French.
Cadeau.
Cadeau. Got you. Okay. Elliot Cadeau. Here we go. This kid, this dude, he's a monster. He's an absolute monster. If the Spurs were to get him, I would be very happy. And I think we'll have like 3 picks next year. I have to go and look. It'll be ridiculous. We'll have a lot of first round picks next year. Let's see. We possibly could. I'm gonna go ahead and just type them up so we can have some type of visual. Because I just want to rave on him a little bit. Why is this a fan page? No, does he have a? I know Elliot Cadeau has his own. Am I spelling his name wrong? I know he has his own page. Doesn't he? Fan page, let's see. What the heck is going on? I know he has his own page. I'm not crazy here. Oh, did I just spell it wrong? Maybe I spelled it wrong. Elliot Cadeau. Oh, here it is. Elio. Huh. Didn't know that. He goes by whatever that is. This dude right here, he's nasty, y'all. He's so let me just sell you on him a little bit, right? So what do the Spurs need? They need a point guard that's elite at passing, that can give Wemby the ball, right? That's what everyone talks about. Why can't Wemby get the ball? He sees every play before it happens. His defense is impeccable for his size. I know you're going to say, well, how tall is he? He's 6'1". Don't get upset. Okay, it's fine. He's 6'1". But his defense is really impressive. He moves his feet well laterally. He's sneaky athletic. Like Derek White was very sneaky athletic. His first step is pretty ridiculous. His pick and roll game is ridiculous. He just completely changes the game when he's out there. He is a true point guard. When people say, "Oh, we need a true point guard," he is a true point guard. A Tony Parker type? No, not quite. Not quite. Tony Parker wasn't like a great passer this early, right? Like Tony Parker wasn't a great passer this early. And Tony Parker wasn't good on defense either. So no, not quite like Tony Parker. But yeah, anyways, defense is really good, very quick. The only problem is his shooting isn't that great right now. But the thing is, he doesn't, if you watch the games, because people will go and look at his stats and say he's not averaging that many points or whatnot. But it's like, if you actually watch the game, you notice that he is completely unselfish. He is giving it to his guys, and he is the focal point of what they have going on over there in North Carolina. Like, he comes in and it changes everything. He sees plays before it happens. The ball is out of his hands so fast. His skill set is just so high. His basketball IQ is ridiculous. He's one of those point guards where you watch and you're like, I didn't know that guy was open. He makes you open. He knows, he got eyes at the back of his head. This is the guy you want, okay? Who is on the screen? Elliot Cadeau. He's probably not going to be in this draft, but he'll be in the next draft. He'll probably wait a year. So some vets on the team are gone. And his draft stock is going to probably go up quite a bit. I would love for him to be in this draft, and the Spurs just say, well, no, he can't be in this draft if we only have one. If we only have one, then I don't do it. But dude, if we could get Elliot Cadeau, that would be incredible. Yeah, Tony is really not a passer. He is score first point guards, made a living off spin moves and teardrops. Yeah, he's not a pass first guy. He had to learn to pass. He got some iconic passes, but I agree with Splint. What do you say? You need a shooter. You don't need a second Trey Jones. This isn't a okay, there's certain players that are so elite at what they do that, yes, you can excuse certain things. He's going to be a better shooter. He'll be a better scorer. It's not like his shot is broken or anything. He'll be fine, right? He'll be fine. He can create his own shot. He has that bag. It's just a matter of tweaking his jump shot and him getting those opportunities. He'll be totally fine. He's not another Trey Jones. His passing ability is elite. Trey Jones is solid. Like, Trey Jones overall is a solid player. This is a whole nother monster you're dealing with. Cadeau isn't just like anybody. Any NBA comps for Cadeau? Passing ability? When I was Swish, you guys know my friend Swish. He's so into draft prospects and everything like that. He always compares them to Chris Paul. I have to agree. Passing wise, he's an elite passer. It's ridiculous. So yeah, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this guy a lot in the future. Okay, you're gonna see this guy a lot in the future. This isn't even what the segment was supposed to be about. This okay. This defense is absolutely ridiculous, and I just wanted to say that I know a lot of people say, Clan, why don't you give Jones any credit? You never give him credit. And that's not true. I do like Jones. It's just he's one of those players where it's like, he is what he is. Like, I know what he is. He's a solid player, and, you know, he can, in the future, he'll either come off the bench. He'll maybe start next year if we don't go ahead and get a point. He's fine. I like Trey Jones. I think that he's a smart player. I think he makes the right reads. I don't think he's necessarily an elite player, but he's a solid player. And he's one of those where I don't think the ceiling is much higher. Just me personally, I just don't see it as much higher. But I do like what he brings to the court. I don't think that he's a liability in most cases. He is totally fine. I like Trey Jones, okay? We don't even have to praise Wemby. But Sochan, I'm saying this right now, everybody talks trash about Sochan, but Once the Spurs are winning again, every single fan is going to love Sohan again. And every single non-Spurs fan, every single opponent is going to despise this dude because he's going to have so many moments in the playoffs where you're just like, well, that helped. And you want a guy like that. Pop has talked about this, how he's that little bit of nasty, you know? He's not afraid of anything. He's going to go at you. He's going to... Speaking of nasty, I say all that to say this, okay? This right here, we're going to get a lot of these. This is annoying. This is terrible. I'm just kidding. It's awesome. This regular season Sohan, but when we're winning and you're getting this, oh my goodness, dude. We are going to be so annoying. If you have Wemby that just will spike your ball, literally spike the ball. Hold on. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk copyright for this. I'm risking copyright for this. When you have this, what do you do? What do you do? You have literally Wemby just terrorizing everybody. And then you have Sohan who's just getting under your skin all the time. This is going to be really tough. And we have a team full, well, not full. Okay, I'm not going to say everybody. Okay, let's not say everybody, but at least our core. And we're talking about Sohan and Wemby, so I'll stay there. These are ultimate competitors, okay? These are ultimate competitors. So, I don't know. People can hate them now, but they're going to absolutely love them. How can you move like that? Who, me? Oh, Wemby. Oh, I was like, me? I was like, what? When I do this stuff? When I do all that? A skill. A skill, baby. I'm just kidding. He spiked it. He spiked it like a volleyball. Spiked it like a volleyball. So, yeah, people just need to chill. But, yeah. Apparently, our best lineup out there, at least when those three are on the court, is really good. Another thing impressive, too, is Sohan. I know I don't care about plus minus, but from a game to game, plus minus is usually okay to use here and there, but it needs a little context. But his plus minus, he's out there with a bench oftentimes, too. And his plus minus doesn't dip as much because of his defensive ability. I mean, it doesn't dip as much as it would with another player, you know? Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Good stuff.